you realize that many successful people are awake while the world is still sleeping? While most people are lost in comfort, disciplined people are quietly building their future. Think about that for a moment. Right now, somewhere in this world, someone who has the same 24 hours as you is already working, already studying, already preparing. Not because they have more energy than you, not because life has been kinder to them, but because they made a decision, a quiet, powerful, unshakable decision that their future was worth fighting for. We live in a world that celebrates results, but ignores the process. We see the trophy, but we do not see the training. We see the promotion, but we do not see the early mornings. We see the success, but we do not see the sacrifice. Everyone wants the harvest, but very few people are willing to plant the seed. And the sad truth is this: most people are waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for someone to believe in them, waiting for circumstances to change, waiting for life to become easier. But here is what nobody tells you: life does not get easier. You get stronger. And strength is not given. Strength is built. Day by day, choice by choice, morning by morning. The people who change their lives are not always the most talented. They are not always the most gifted. They are not always the ones with the best opportunities. But they are always the most consistent. They show up when they don't feel like it. They push forward when everything says stop. They choose discipline over comfort, again and again, until one day, the life they dreamed of becomes the life they are living. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is a promise you make to yourself. And every morning you wake up and honor that promise, you are one step closer to everything you have been praying for. The difference between the life you have and the life you want is what you do in the hours when nobody is watching. It is what you do in the silence, in the dark, in the early morning when your bed is warm and the world is still quiet. And if you think those small, quiet moments do not matter, I want you to listen carefully. Let us listen to the story of Joshua. Joshua was a 17-year-old boy who grew up in a small, dusty town. His house was small, 3 rooms for 5 people. His father worked 2 jobs. His mother sold food by the roadside just to make sure the children went to school with something in their stomachs. Joshua knew what struggle looked like. He had seen it his whole life. He had watched his father leave the house before the sun came up and return after the sun had gone down. Tired, quiet, worn out. He had watched his mother count coins at night to see if there was enough for the next day's groceries. Nobody in Joshua's family had ever gone to university. Nobody had ever worn a suit to work. Nobody had ever had the kind of life that Joshua saw in his dreams. But Joshua had dreams. Big, burning, impossible-looking dreams. The problem was, he had no money. He had no connections. He had no one to open doors for him. What he had was a small wooden desk in the corner of his room, a few worn-out textbooks, and a mother who every night before she slept would whisper, "God, please make a way for my children." One evening, Joshua sat outside and watched his father come home. He watched the way his father walked, slowly, heavily, like a man carrying a weight that never left his shoulders. And in that moment, something shifted inside Joshua. A fire was lit, and he made a decision. Not out loud, not to anyone, just quietly, deep inside his chest. This will not be my story forever. I will change this. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I will not stop until something changes. That night, Joshua set his alarm for 5 a.m. The next morning, the alarm went off. The room was dark. The house was silent. Outside, not a single sound. His brothers were asleep. The whole street was asleep. The whole world felt asleep. And Joshua got up. He did not negotiate with himself. He did not say 5 more minutes. He put his feet on the floor, washed his face with cold water, sat down at that small wooden desk, and he opened his books. 1 hour. Every single morning, before school, before breakfast, before the world woke up. The first week was hard. The second week was hard. But by the third week, something beautiful began to happen. Joshua started to understand things he had never understood before. Concepts that confused him in class started to become clear. Problems that seemed impossible started to have solutions. His mind was sharpening. Not because he was suddenly more intelligent, but because he was giving himself time. Quiet, focused, undistracted time. His friends did not understand it. "Joshua, why are you like this?" they would say. "You are always reading, always studying. Relax. We are young. Life is long." And Joshua would smile. Not a proud smile, not an arrogant smile, just a quiet, knowing smile, because he understood something his friends did not yet understand. Time is not long. Time is moving. And every day you waste is a day you cannot get back. He kept going. Months passed. Exam season came. Joshua sat in that examination hall with a calmness that surprised even himself. Because he was not cramming. He was not panicking. He was not hoping for luck. He had already done the work. He had already paid the price. One early morning at a time. The results came out. Joshua had not just passed. Joshua had topped his entire school. The news spread quickly through the small town. Teachers who had never paid him special attention were now calling his name with pride. Neighbors who had barely noticed the quiet boy from the small house were now stopping his mother on the road to congratulate her. But the moment that mattered most, the moment Joshua would never forget, was not any of that. It was a Tuesday afternoon when the letter arrived. A full scholarship to one of the best universities in the country. Full tuition, full accommodation, everything covered. Joshua's mother held that letter in her hands, and she could not speak. She just stood there in the middle of their small kitchen, holding the paper, tears running silently down her face. Not tears of sadness, tears of a woman who had prayed in the dark for years and had finally seen the light come. Joshua put his arms around her, and they stood there together, a mother and her son, in a small house, in a small town, holding a letter that was about to change everything. Joshua did not become successful because life was easy. He became successful because every single morning, when comfort said, "Stay," discipline said, "Get up." And he chose discipline. Not once, not twice, but every day, consistently, faithfully, quietly. He did not build his future in one big moment. He built it 1:05 a.m. at a time. So now I want to ask you something, and I want you to answer honestly, not to me, but to yourself. What are you doing in the hours when no one is watching? What are you doing with your mornings? What are you doing with your evenings? What are you doing with the small pockets of time that you keep saying are not enough, but that Joshua used to change his entire life? You do not need perfect conditions. You do not need the best resources. You do not need someone to give you permission. You need a decision. A real one. The kind that doesn't wait for Monday, doesn't wait for the new year, doesn't wait for things to calm down. The kind of decision Joshua made on a quiet evening, watching his tired father walk through the door. Your future is not waiting for the right moment. Your future is waiting for you to move. So tomorrow morning, when that alarm goes off, and your bed is warm, and the room is dark, and everything in you wants to stay still. Remember Joshua. Remember that somewhere, right now, someone is already up, already working, already building, already becoming. The question is not whether success is possible for you. The question is, are you willing to wake up for it? Your story is still being written. The pen is in your hand. Make it worth reading.